Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your weekly reading. This is going to be a reading for the week of January 17th through January 23rd, and we're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also, Sag, please remember energies do go both ways, so I may be picking up on your energy or your person's energy. Take the energies as they resonate, because they could go both ways. Sag in the current energy. Okay, the main energy for your reading this week is the Tower, Sag. Something is crumbling down. Something that's been very unstable, had a very, like the foundation wasn't solid. This thing has been needing to come crumbling down for quite some time, and I feel like this week it's finally coming down. So we'll see what that's about. In the recent past, you get the Judgment, the Six of Swords, and the World. You're making a decision to leave something behind. Now, I just want to point something out, Sag. Take a look at the visuals on the card. This is your card in the current situation. In the recent past, you get the Judgment. Look how similar the artwork on both of these cards is, okay? That's letting me know that whatever is happening in the current situation is coming from a place of power, you standing in your power, you being very stable and very grounded and very much feeling like yourself when you're making this decision. So in the recent past, you're making the decision to leave something, to walk away from something, to put an end to something. You get the Judgment and the World. These are two really, really big energies, really big major arcana cards. And I see you making this decision, and it's coming from a very empowered place. You're deciding to leave something. You're closing out a cycle here, and you're like, yeah, I'm done. We're not playing this game anymore. In the current situation, you get the Temperance, the Four of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Again, there's a really, really strong bond showing up here for you and somebody else, between you and somebody else. But I also see you being very defensive when it comes to this person, very defensive when it comes to this connection. Something about this connection is setting your spidey senses off, where you're like, okay, I need to protect myself. I need to guard myself because I don't know if I feel safe emotionally or energetically in this connection. But we'll see what that's about when we clarify. In the near future, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Pentacles. There is a separation and a very, very painful breakup showing up here for you and somebody else that you had a very intense connection with. Could be a marriage for some of you, but I see this like an energy of you slowly moving past it. Yes, it kind of sucks. Yes, it's not working. Yes, there's a breakup, or somebody has that fear of a breakup, but you're moving past it in a very, very grounded way. And what's interesting, you get the Hierophant and the Four of Wands in the same row. So I feel like the connection in the current situation, which you're very defensive against, or which you're trying to protect yourself against, you end up leaving in the near future. Let's see. I want to clarify. First, I want to clarify this Tower as the main energy for your reading to see what's crumbling down, what's not working for you anymore. The Tower is clarified by the Judgment, which you get in your recent past, the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups. What's not working for you is you not being happy. You are sick and tired of not being happy, of not being emotionally fulfilled. You're like, something in my life is not bringing me emotional balance, emotional fulfillment, emotional stability. I'm done with that. And again, I don't know exactly what it is. We're going to see when we clarify, but whatever it is, you're over it. You're like, I'm prioritizing my happiness. If it doesn't make me happy, if it doesn't make me feel balanced, if it doesn't bring me emotional fulfillment, I'm consciously on all levels making the decision that I don't want it anymore. Let it burn. I'm done. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look at this Judgment in your recent past, because it showed up as a clarifier for the main energy for your reading this week. The Judgment is clarified by the Magician, the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. You're manifesting stability for yourself, happiness, emotional contentment for yourself. You are really feeling, and I feel like in the recent past, you felt very, very defensive. It's almost like whatever this is. And again, I do feel like it's a connection. It could be something else, right? It could just be like a friendship or some kind of relationship. But I do feel like for most of you, it's a romantic connection. This connection really put you on guard. It put you on edge. It's almost like you constantly had to defend yourself and prove yourself and argue your point and like prove to this person certain things. And I feel like in the recent past, you're like, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm making the decision that, again, if it doesn't make me happy, I'm not doing it. Let the Tower burn. I don't care. And I'm manifesting, focusing on myself, on my stability, on my happiness, on what brings me joy, on what brings me fulfillment. Cool, man. Let's take a look at the Six of Swords for you in the recent past. Wow, this is a really powerful reading. You're showing up twice, and we've literally, like, haven't even started, or barely started. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Temperance, and the Ace of Wands. You're leaving heartbreak behind. You're leaving pain, you're leaving heartbreak, you're leaving all those heavy, painful emotions tied up to something. You're leaving that behind, and you are stepping into your power. You're coming from a very passionate place. You are a fire sign, so accessing passion and drive is not an issue for you. You're stepping into your power, and you are really having a passionate new beginning. It's almost like you discovered the light again within you, and you're like, yeah, forget all this darkness and this pain bullshit. Let me step into this beautiful new beginning, this beautiful new energy. You're really stepping into a powerful energy here in the recent past. Let's take a look at the world in the recent past for you. Wow. You're bringing the fire today, Sag. The world is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. You're trying to decide, you're assessing and evaluating whether or not you should walk away from this person that you carry a lot of emotions for, okay? Like, I don't feel like feelings are the problem here. You really do care about this person. Oh my God, this light is driving me crazy. Can you see that reflection? Gosh. Anyways, you really do carry a lot of emotions for this person. You care a lot about them, but something's not working here. And you're kind of like toying around with the idea of, do I walk away from this? Do I completely close out this cycle? Or do I stay and keep working with this? Because you do still have feelings for this person, but I feel like there's something here which is just not doing it for you. It's almost like you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know if this connection is bringing me the balance and happiness that I want. Let's see. Let's clarify your current situation. I'm going to start off by clarifying the Temperance, which is your energy. Yep. The Temperance is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Sun, and the Fool. There's something here which has been weighing heavy on you. It's almost like, again, I feel like it's this person or this connection that in the recent past you were thinking about leaving or walking away from. It's been like a brick, like you've been carrying around this like 100-pound weight on your shoulder where you're like, yeah, I can function. I can make it through the day. I can make it through life, but this is just making it so much harder. It's like you're carrying an unnecessary weight on your back, and all you want to do is just completely clear slate, brand new beginning, just feel happy. You want to focus on your happiness, on what brings you joy. And it's almost like you're like, I want to shed this weight off of me and get rid of it. I don't want to be carrying around this like emotional baggage and hurdle with me unnecessarily. And in the current situation, I see you not only saying like, oh, I want to do this, I see you actually doing it. The Fool and the Sun are both really, you have a lot of very powerful energies in your reading this week, which is telling me that these are energies that are like very difficult to fight. Like, we all have free will. You can obviously reject them, but man, it's not going to be easy. Let's take a look at the Four of Wands in the current situation. And also, why would you? These are beautiful energies that are trying to come through. Four of Wands is clarified by the Four of Wands, again, the King of Wands, and the Strength. It's hard for you to feel confident in your decisions when it comes to this connection. I feel like this is a very powerful connection between you and somebody else. You have a very strong bond with this person. It's showing up twice, and so this really feels to me like, I don't really like using this term, but almost like twin flame type of energy. And I see you having like a hard time making a decision and sticking to it, or feeling confident with that decision. So it's like one day you wake up and you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving this. I'm done. I'm walking away from this. And then you're like, but you're having a hard time being like, this is what I want. This is the decision I'm making, and I'm sticking to it. And I know that I'm making the right decision. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. And again, it's because emotions are involved here. You have a very strong connection with this person, so it's obviously going to cloud your judgment in some capacity. Let's take a look at the Nine of Wands for you in the current situation. Nine of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower. Yeah, you're coming to the realization in the current situation, despite the fact that you really don't want to, by the way. You're coming to the realization that things need to change. This Tower needs to burn. You get the Tower as the main energy for your reading, and you get it as a clarifier in your current situation. There's something here which is unstable. It's not working for you. And you're coming to the realization where this isn't making me happy. This isn't bringing me emotional fulfillment. Like, I'm investing energetically in this, but it's not giving me any returns. Like, it's not helping me feel emotionally fulfilled. And I feel like in the current situation, you're just like, you know what, man, something's got to give. This tower needs to come crumbling down. It has to. And you really don't want to. I can see your resistance here. I can see you really trying to figure out a way to like make this work or not have this collapse. But you're coming to the understanding where you're like, yeah, this is unstable. It's almost like, you know, you have a house of cards, and it doesn't matter how many times you try to solidify it, eventually that house needs to come down because cards are not stable. And so that's kind of where you're at right now. You're like, man, I really don't want to see this crumble, but it needs to, and I know it needs to. Let's take a look at the near future for you. I'm going to clarify this Five of Pentacles and see what that is. The Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Empress, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo or a Taurus, another earth sign. It's showing up twice for you here. Either way, deep down, somebody is really experiencing a lot of pain when it comes to this breakup, this separation, whatever came crumbling down. It hurts them. They're not having a great time here. But despite all that pain, despite the separation, despite the, you know, maybe this isn't going to work out, they're still carrying an energy of, deep down, I want to make this work. I want to figure out a way to make this work. Even though now in the current situation, it came crumbling down, it wasn't stable, it wasn't working, I know that we can make this work. We can rebuild this, right? After a tower collapses, you have flat ground. You have solid ground that you can now build a more stable tower on. And I feel like this person wants to do that. And it's not because they're desperate. It's not because, you know, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this out of desperation. No. They're viewing you as their empress, like the person that they want to be with. Or you're viewing them as that, right? Take the energies as they resonate. But they're coming from a very loving place, and they really want to nurture and grow this. And deep down, they want to make it work. Now, I don't know if they're necessarily expressing this or not, because I see the Hermit here, which is telling me that they may be hiding this, maybe even from themselves. But that's the energy that they're carrying deep down when it comes to this in the near future. Let's take a look at the Hierophant for you in the near future. Hierophant is clarified by the Hangman, the Knight of Pentacles, which you get again in the near future, and the King of Pentacles. Some of you, again, may be dealing with an earth sign. This is showing up like really, really heavily in your reading. I'm seeing you slowly moving towards a very stable place within this connection, within this bond, within this relationship, but not yet. Currently, or I mean, sorry, not currently, but like in the near future, the energies are paused. You are moving in a good direction, okay? You are moving towards stability, towards grounded energy, but it's not the right time to move in that direction yet. It's like, you know how, this is going to be a really stupid example, Sag, but you know how before the ship can actually leave the dock, you have to like board the ship and you wait and they have to go through all the announcements. That's what I'm getting here. It's like, you know that you're going to sail off in a specific direction and it's going to be a beautiful destination and you're going to have the best time. But you know that it's not time yet. Divine timing is at play. It's not time for you to start moving yet. Energetically, that's where you're going. It's not time to start moving yet in the near future. Let's take a look at the Knight of Pentacles for you in the near future. The Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Wands, the Star, and the Five of Cups. You're slowly moving into an energy of you. Fire, passion, excitement, light. You're slowly moving in that direction. And all you want to do is just to really release yourself from these heavy past energies. Now, it could be that you're moving in this direction by yourself, although I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like most of you are moving in the direction with your person, but there is still some lingering pain from the past. Like, it's not pain, it's more so like, they did this in the past to hurt me, they sucked, so I'm bringing in that energy from the past and still putting it in the present. Energies change all the time. The person from the past that hurt you may not be the person that you're dealing with in the near future. But I see you still holding on to that energy of, they were like that back then, so they have to be like that now. But you're slowly moving past that. You're slowly healing that energy, that mindset, and you're stepping into a very light, beautiful, lighthearted, fun type of energy in the near future. So this is really beautiful. This is telling me that there's growth happening here for you. It's slow, not gonna lie. For a fire sign, this is slow. You have a lot of pentacles, which are very slow moving energy, but there's still progress happening, which is really cool to see. Let's see what the universe wants you to keep in mind this week, Sag. From the universe, you get the Justice, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, everything's working out in your favor, Sag. Everything is working out exactly how you want it to work out. Brand new beginning in love. You stepping into your power and your stability. If it wasn't clear, in the recent past and current situation, you are really like dealing with very powerful transformative energies, and you're accepting them and embracing them. So this is really beautiful to see. And it's all happening for you so that this can shape you and move you in the direction that you need to go, which is a brand new beginning in love. Very, very beautiful. So let's close off your reading with an oracle card from the universe. I love how these oracle cards always tie in perfectly with the message from the reading. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah, in the current situation, you do have that fear. You're having that confusion and that uncertainty of like, this thing is weighing heavy on me. It's like I'm walking around with a boulder, but I'm resisting it. I'm afraid to let it go. You know what you want. You want happiness, you want emotional fulfillment, you want emotional balance. And you keep trying to make something work here. But eventually you get to the point where you realize this house of cards needs to collapse. I don't want it to. I'm afraid of what's going to happen if it does, but it needs to. Work through those fears, man. And I see you doing it, honestly. So I'm not even like, the universe is just repeating itself so that you hear it. Make sure you hear it loud and clear. So Scorpio, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it resonated, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you here for your reading next week. Bye, Scorpio.